Okay, what up, y'all? This is Justin. I'm doing a small tutorial for Finale. This is not a professional tutorial. This is just how I use Finale. So, if you were looking for like a professional outlook on the thing, you probably would need to look at the manual or something. But this is just how I do it when I'm making cadences. I don't really write music in here yet, but I make cadences like HBCU style and all that good stuff. So, this is my tutorial. You going Once you open the program, you should see some type of setup wizard, and I just basically click next. You pick the instrument you want, drums, of course. I always start off with the bass drum. You can add that in there, and then I pretty much just start from there because I like to add the instruments as I go and stuff. And then you can have a title, composer, all that stuff, the information of the, I guess, sheet music you want to put in there, score information and stuff. And then right here you can change the time signature, all that good stuff. I keep it simple, keep it on 4/4 unless otherwise it's needed. Got the tempo and all that good stuff. And then it creates a new score with the instruments you put in there. I just put in the bass drum, as you can see. But I already have a demo score that I already created, so I'm gonna go to that. Okay, so in yours, you will have the bass drum or whatever other instruments you put in there. If you go to the window and then go to the score manager, as you can see, you have all the instruments you have. From here, you can add instruments. Click on add instruments. Go to drums. You can add whatever you want and stuff. Okay. If you want to delete instruments, you got these X's on the side that'll let you delete instruments. If you want to change the order of the instruments, you got these three lines over here. You can change the order of the instruments. I like to keep the snares on top because that's what I like. For my cadences, sometimes I use a high and a low tenor, like some HBCU schools use. They really don't have that on Finale, so I have to use the tablas. Um, in order to add those, basically all you have to do is go to add instrument, make sure drums are selected, and then just go down and search for tablas. Click on that. As you can see, it added another one. It's called tablas. I don't want it to be called that. You go to full name, and then you can call it whatever you would like to call it. Since I already have some in there, I'm gonna delete this one. And it seems I have a blank staff right here, so I'm gonna delete that one too because I don't want that. Okay. As you can see, my symbols, I'm not using Finale symbols because Finale doesn't have any symbols that I like as far as percussion wise. So I use Contact. You probably don't have Contact. Contact is an add-on you have to get. It costs money and all that good stuff. If you want me to make a tutorial on how to use that, I will. But I just click on this drop down, select my Contact, go to Edit Player, and the program opens up. As you can see, I have a virtual drum line in my library. It has a lot of instruments, snares, tenor, basses, cymbals. They sound real, and it's way better than what Finale offers you. But right now I'm just using it for the cymbals because I like the cymbals in here and I have it set up. Okay, so yeah, with the cymbals, I had it set up. It wasn't originally like this. It wasn't called this. I had to kind of like maneuver in this program to where it was to my liking. But I have these three keys to where it's a crash, choke, and a crash and a choke together. So yeah, that's how I did with this program. Like I said, I can do a later tutorial for that, but I'm gonna minimize this. So yeah, that's how I did the cymbals and the tenors and the quads and snares and basses. I just use Finale standard stuff for that. Okay, over here you got your playback settings and where you can change the tempo and whatnot. Under playback settings, you want to make sure the human playback style is set to not classical, marching band, because when I first had it, it was set to classical, or it might be on standard, and that might affect the interpretation the program plays your notes. Like, you know, in concert band, drags and stuff are a little bit different. So make sure if you're doing marching stuff, you have it on marching band, and then you can change where the well where the program starts the whatever your music is, wherever it starts, what measure, um all that good stuff. Sometimes I like to have a metronome click, so I set that to always, and it'll play the metronome. You can have a click off before it actually plays the actual song or cadence or whatever. Um, for the snare, here I just got it on 2 and 4, bass drums, all that good stuff. I'm gonna show you how to put the notes actually in there. Like I said, right here, just 2 and 4. I'm gonna select this measure and delete it. I want to make an eighth, not an eighth rest, but a quarter rest. So I'm gonna select the corresponding note, which is a quarter note. Click on the staff, find which type of sound I want. I'm gonna use that one. You press Enter and Shift to make a quarter rest, and then to just put the actual note, you're just gonna press Enter, Shift, and Enter, and then Enter. So that puts it on 2 and 4. So that's how you enter in the notes. Simple enough. On the bass drum, you enter in the same way, but on this note, you see I have an accent. If you want to accent the notes, you just go to the articulation tool, which you can see is a whole note with an accent above it. Click on the articulation tool, click on the note you want, and then you see the accents right here. You can put an accent right there. If the accent is not loud enough, like when I first start using Finale, when I first usually get in the program, the accents are usually set real low to me. So what you can do is when you click on the note to put the articulation tool, you can go to edit and then playback effect, change velocity. You see I have it to 300%. Originally it was on 125, so I boosted it up to 300 because I wanted to be a little bit louder. You can also change the attack and duration. Once you change this, you don't have to do that every single time. It's going to keep it consistent through the rest of the score. And then, so yeah, that's how you put in notes. The articulation tool has a lot of other stuff, as you can see, all this good stuff. The bars, double bars, triple bars. Right here, I got two of these 16 notes with bars over them that represents diddles. So it's kind of like a 5-stroke roll on the snare right here. So if you were trying to do a roll, this is one of the ways you could go about it. And then it accents the end, as you can see. To do a roll, what I had to do was put this whole note, and then I used the articulation tool and added 3 bars above it. I'll do an example. Grab the whole note. I want these snare hits. Put that in there. Press Enter. Articulation tool. Double click on note. Add those, and it should do a roll throughout that measure. As you can see, I had this crescendo right here. I went to the Smart Shape tool. Double click. Dragged it. It added the crescendo. I added these dynamic signs right beside it. You can see that this dynamic sign right here is called the expression tool. You click on it, double click, tap in the beginning. You can add whatever dynamic you want. Double tap at the end, add the other dynamic. Right here you got the repeat tool where you can do repeats in the music and stuff. You got the lyric tool where you can add sticking or lyrics to whatever you're writing. I don't use the text tool because the lyric tool is way better because once you click up under the note, which I'm trying to do, well, it went under this note, but once you click on the note, you press whatever you want. I press right space, it go right to the next note. So you don't have to position or nothing, it does it for you. Okay. Right here for the little quad section, you see I have triplets. To do triplets, you can either use Tuplet or you can use the Tuplet tool. This tool is much faster, but this one is for if you're trying to do like, I guess, more advanced type of triplets or whatever. But I'll do an example. I'm gonna do an example for the Tuplet tool first. I'm gonna do 6 Tuplet, which you know that is 6 16th notes. So I'm gonna make 6 16th notes first. 1. Oops. I want them all to be on the same line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Then you click on the Tuplet tool. Then click on the first one, and you're gonna say, for a 6 of these 16th notes, I want to have that in the place of 1/4 note, which is 1 beat because it's in 4/4. And as you can see, it grouped them all into that 1 beat. And if I wanted to put this 6-tuplet anywhere else in the music, you could just copy it. Or that's what I would do. Copy it and just keep adding wherever you want. I'm gonna put what I had back. As for the triplet or the tuplet right here, I'll do an example of this on the snare line because it's empty. Put the notes there. Well, first you have to select the 16th note and then select the tuplet. And then once you start putting in the notes, it'll automatically go into a triplet form. And then whenever you're done wanting to do the triplets, you just take it off. And then you can continue with something else. So that's how you use the tuplet, and that's how you use the tuplet tool, as I explained before. I'm gonna put what I had back originally. Okay. As you can see, all the stems are facing downward. That looks kind of weird to me. So if you want them to face up, I would select one measure, press Control All. Go to Utilities, change stem direction. Well, stem direction right here, and I would just click up. Everything's gonna be facing up. What else? I guess that's the fundamentals of how to use Finale. You can check out all the other types of tools they have up here if you have any other needs. Okay, like I said about the high and low tenor, I said they weren't actually high and low tenor. They were the toggles that Finale already has in here. So when I click on them for the high tenor, I just use the low mid tone, and then I move to this line and I use the low tone. So that's what I use for that. And if you click on this, well, not this, well, yeah, actually, you can change tempos, all that good stuff, all the expressions and dynamics and whatnot. Time signature, you change time signatures with this and whatnot. So yeah, if you know how to do anything else better or know better methods to do stuff in Finale, please tell me so I can get better. But I guess that's really all I know about the program for real. So yeah. So So yeah, just a nice simple cadence. Familiar because it's played among a lot of high schools and stuff. So yeah.